أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه اللهم أرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه اللهم ألهمني رشدي وعزني من شر نفسي آمين يا رب العالمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. It is my honor that I am a part of this history making, our very own ICNA symposium. And yes, as you said, we as a Muslim community are united. And yes, whenever we are faced with the challenges, we resolve it, we unite, and alhamdulillah, there we are. Today, my topic is family united in social distancing. In the late 1940s, there was an obsession over conformity and following the norms of marriage. The men and the women, the two children, and the white picket fence. Life was simple. The father was the breadwinner, and the mother was the homemaker. The family was one unit, more or less. However, as time progressed and we became an even more individualistic society with increased advancement in technology and pop culture, we must ask ourselves, does family still retain the sacred value it once had? The entertainment industry, as well as social media, has gripped our children by the soul and dug its claws into them, releasing its toxic poison so that it clouds their judgment, impairs their decision making skills, and damages their mental well being and consequently their behavior. We all understand this. But what can be done? Let's remind, or rather, educate ourselves on how a strong family can rise up to any challenge per se nowadays crisis. One of the most striking features of a Muslim society is the importance attached to the family. The family unit is regarded as the cornerstone of a healthy and balanced society. The family unit is an important component of Islam, and all elements of a family are given due significance, from parents to children, to spouses to kith and kin. The lexical meaning of Arabic word usra, which means family, is derived from the words denoting unity, closeness, and protection. The word refers to a group of people connected together through close ties that keep them together and maintain their unity. The importance of the family system stems from its significant role, namely the making of an individual who benefits himself and others. This calls for a much longer, deeper, and harder period of training. Preparing yourself only to care for yourself is not like preparing yourself to care for both yourself and others. Raising minds is definitely different from raising livestock. We need more training and experience. Subhanallah, our religion, Islam, gives father and mothers a great deal of responsibility for raising their children. It was narrated that Abdullah ibn Umar heard Prophet Muhammad ﷺ saying, "Kullukum ra'im wa kullukum mas'ula an ra'iyatihi." And it's a very long narration, Prophet, and the translation is, "Each of you is a shepherd and is responsible for his flock. The leader is a shepherd and is a shepherd and is responsible for his flock. The man is the shepherd of his family, and he is responsible for his flock. The woman is the shepherd of her husband's flock, her husband's household, and is responsible for her flock. The servant is a shepherd of his master's wealth and is responsible for his flock." And this hadith is muttafaqun alayh. So Islam attaches great importance to the family for many reasons, and I will share some reasons with you. So the family gives rise to and provides a fertile ground for sound individuals Within the family, children are nurtured by their parents who give them the love and tenderness. This phase can last more than 15 years. As infants, parents give their children the most tender love and care. As children and adolescents, they instill in them principles, feelings, and beliefs. And as youth, they guide them until they reach maturity. This mission equips children with the necessary knowledge to protect them from sins. Prophet Zakaria prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rabbi la tadarni fardan wa anta khairul warithin. He says, do not leave me hearless, my Lord. You are the best of hearers. And he also made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by saying, ربنا هب لنا من لدنك ذرية طيبا إنك سميع الدعاء. O Allah, grant me by your own grace virtuous offspring. You are the hearer of all prayers. So, the purpose of having a family is to have righteous offspring, not just any offspring. Family is the basic building block of a larger society, which itself is formed from the total sum of all the families put together. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ instructed us to be careful when choosing a spouse, since children take after their parents. Siblings in the same family need to receive the same care and education properly to play an effective role in reforming society and eliminate injustices. So basically, family shapes individuals, both men and women, in the light of the Quran and Sunnah, and it builds values nourished by parental guidance, support, and encouragement. The family raises competent, or should raise, I should say, that the family should raise competent individuals to help build society through knowledge, work, promoting good, and forbidding evil. And we can also say amr bil ma'ruf, or through amal bil ma'ruf wa nahi anil munkar. And Muslims, or a Muslim family should also focus on establishing model families to which others can look up and can emulate. Families that follow the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and prove that Islamic teachings are not hard to achieve, but rather a tangible reality with real living example. This is by far the ultimate goal of any family, as we recite in the Quran, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructs us to recite or to ask from Him. Surah number 25, ayah 74. رَبَّنَا هَبْ لَنَا مِنْ أَزْوَاجِنَا وَذُرِّيَّاتِنَا قُرَّةَ أَعْيُنٍ وَاجْعَلْنَا لِلْمُتَّقِينَ إِمَامًا. Our Lord, grant us from among our wives and offspring comfort to our eyes and make us an example for the righteous. And the last purpose of a family in Islam is producing healthy children, not just the individual, healthy children who will help their parents in their old age and pray for them after their death. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ also said, when a human being dies, his work comes to an end, except for three things. Number one, ongoing charity. Number two, knowledge by which people benefit from. And number three, or a pious son who prays for him. And the hadith is in Muslim. So in Islam, it is paid a great deal of attention to implanting the principle of respect for fathers and mothers, taking care of them and obeying their commands until their death. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that, and your Lord has decreed that you worship none but Him and that you dutiful to your parents. If one of them or both of them attain old age in your life, say not to them a word of disrespect, nor shout at them, but address them in terms of honor. And in the Surah number 17, ayah number 23, and in the next part of the same surah, ayah 24, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructed us, وَاخْفِضْ لَهُمَا جَنَاحًا مِنَ الذُّلِّ جناح الذل من الرحمة وقل رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. And submit yourself before them in humility out of compassion and say, my Lord, be merciful to them as they have brought me up in my childhood. So in Muslim culture, Akin to other traditional cultures, respect and esteem increase with age. Elderly parents are respected on account of their life experiences and their position within the family unit. The opportunity to attend the needs of one's parents in their later years is viewed as a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Prophet Muhammad further emphasized on it. He said, may his nose be rubbed in the dust. May his nose be rubbed in the dust. And it's an Arabic expression denoting duration. So when Prophet Muhammad asked whom he meant by this, he said, the one who sees his parents, one or both, during their old age, but does not enter paradise by doing good to them. And then a man came to Prophet Muhammad and asked his permission to go to battle. The Prophet asked him, are your parents alive? The man replied, yes. Then Prophet Muhammad responded, then strive to serve them. So that means every single member of the Muslim family has an important role to play. So our job, so I will leave you with 3 points. Number 1 is togetherness. Number 3 is positive communication. And number 3 is kindness and respect with everyone at every occasion. May Allah, a house can become a home with the members take an initiative to love and care for each other. What you do for your kids and spouse is exactly how they will return the favor and learn lessons for life. It may be tough, but this life, this world is but one pit stop to our final destination. May Allah grant us all Jannah and give us the ability to increase our spirituality and reconnect with our families instead, disconnect. If we all work together to better our families, we can become a stronger Muslim community. We can make a difference in the world after this epidemic. This is not the end. It is the only beginning of new start, and the ending we choose is up to us. Our a'mal, the way we chose to live our lives and raise our kids. وما علينا إلا البلاغ جزاك الله خيرا السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة